Answering some frequently asked questions about my marriage. The first one is, how did we meet? We met on OkCupid in 2016. The second question we get a lot is, what was your first date? And it may be surprising to some, but it was a coffee date. I have nothing against coffee dates. To me, it's like a date zero, and it's more of the intention behind it. Is he trying to save money and then invite you to his place real quick? Or are we trying to have a vibe check here? What is said on that coffee date and after that coffee date and what date number 2 is will tell you everything you need to know. Next question I get a lot is, did my husband come like this or did I have to train him? I did not have to train him. We met in 2016, which was a very pivotal moment for a lot of people, myself included. That was also the year that I had a year of growth. And, he wasn't having to grow from like rock bottom. My husband was never the type of guy who was following like thirst traps on Instagram or anything like that. But even so, we all have internalized misogyny. We all have programmed patriarchy. And that was when he started to really actively deconstruct whatever patriarchy and misogyny he had in him. And coincidentally, so was I before we ever met. The next question I get is, how did you ask him to be a provider? How did you ask him to pay for bills, pay for dinner, etc.? I never ever did. And this is something I never ever push or suggest. I don't think you should ask men to pay for anything. I think you should simply, with all things, let men show you who they are. Let them show you what they want to do for you. Let them show you what they're willing to provide, what they want to provide. And you don't want anything more than that from a man, And if it's not enough, then you can walk away. But it was not a conversation that we ever had not because of a lack of communication, but because why would you ask somebody to pay the bill? Like, why would you ask that? He will if he wants to. He will if he wants to. And then if he doesn't want to, you make a decision. The last question I get a lot is, do you have a job? And content creation is my job. I did go to school to be an elementary school teacher. I do have a bachelor's degree. I do have a teaching credential. And I think it's so important for women to have something they can fall back on if they needed it. Because my job obviously doesn't come with insurance. That means I'm on my husband's insurance. But if for some reason I needed insurance, I have a job with amazing benefits to fall back on.